Hi, how are you? My name is Steven, and today I'm going to talk about Git. So Git is a very awesome version control tool people are using to manage their codes when they are working on a large-scale project. So this can enable us to collaborate with each other on a very large project, and this got developed by Linus Torvalds. He also did the Linux system, which is pretty awesome. And as you can tell, I just created a repository on GitHub, which is called YouTube Git demo. And first I'm gonna demonstrate using terminal to unmask the magic of Git. And after this, we are gonna do some Git operations. So at first I go to my, if you, just feel free to create a folder on your desktop. And I go to my terminal, and to initialize the Git is very easy. You just use Git initialization, which is init. Okay, so I just initialized my empty Git repository in this folder. And if you check the list to list all the files here, you can see that you have got another folder which is called .git. So this is actually something, all the folders start from dot is hidden. But all the magic and all the operations, the metadata of your Git operations will be stored in here, and it's going to store the metadata of your Git commits in the future. We are going to discuss about. And for now, you can just tell this folder contains some magic which can enable you to finish the Git operations. And after this, we just make some random folder and make some random files as our codes. We do, and by the way, my system is Linux, so if you do the same commands, probably gonna be different on other platforms like Windows. So you can make a dir with probably source. Oh, oops, misspell. Great. So I get into my source folder and I make some random files, maybe just a Python file. Test. Train. Hello world. Probably we do hello git. Cool. And I just got a Python file as my codes in my source folder. Probably I can execute it. Oh, here we go. But this is not a Python tutorial, so we are gonna skip this. The main stuff I want to demonstrate is about Git operations. And now I just initialized this, and after this I can get some, I'm gonna teach a Git operation, which is git add. Git add is something like you can specify a file by using git add commands, and after this Git will be notified to say, okay, you want me to have a look of this file, and in the future if something got changed in this file, I'm gonna tell you what happened, and so you can have the basic understanding of what's going on in your codes, your code base. And I do git add this test file, and after you add this, before you want to push your code to the cloud probably gonna be a server, maybe gonna be a local server like GitLab or a shared server like a GitHub. You need to make a commit. So commit is more like a node, and that's solid. It's more like you squash your changes of your codes into a solid node, and we call that node as commit. And here we go. We git commit. And so -m to specify the option, which is a flag that I want to input some message into this commit. So basically, this is first commit. We do init commit. And that's it. And after this, you have to specify that where you want to push to the cloud. In other words, you need to specify the URL or SSHK of your remote cloud. So if you create some repository at GitHub, you can get some URL automatically like this, which is HTTPS connection. But if you want to more secure, you can actually to generate a SSHK public key and private key. By using, in the future, you can use SSHK to push your codes, but they are basically the same. But I prefer the SSHK, so in this demo, I'm gonna use SSHK. And so you copy this and git remote add. So git remote add is a command to add the URL I just mentioned, but after this command, you have to specify the name for your cloud that you prefer to push. I don't like the origin as my name. I prefer center. But it doesn't matter. You can use any name you prefer. And so after I add my remote, and I can check that if I successfully added my remote cloud or not. And here you can see that I just got my center added. And after this, we can just do a quick git push. And the git push, we specify where we want to push. We want to push to the center. And after the center, and we want to specify which branch you want to push. Okay, so how we manage that? So for a large project that there are so many people working together on a large project, how we can manage the different versions, like I'm working on this version, but you are working on that version. And if you can model the problems using a tree data structure, everything will be much more easier. It's more like at the root is the beginning point of this project. But after people contributing to the branch, there must be a main branch which is going to be in the future into the production ones. But also we have got other different versions. Probably there's a new feature, but it's going to be a bit dangerous. I don't want to commit into my production line at this time. So I want to do some experiments. I can actually to check out from the main branch to be a separate branch, and you can think this as a tree. So in the future, that if this branch, a separate branch which is not main branch, goes very well, this feature works very well, I can actually somehow to merge this branch back to the main branch, and that's how this project is growing up. So, but for now, we haven't got any branch, only we can push to a main branch, and conventionally, we call the main branch as master. So I just put master, and git push center master. And after this command, and we can see that the codes got pushed. And if I refresh my GitHub page, we can see that our source folder goes in, and we can have a look of this Python file, which is pretty cool. But today, I think this is very easy to be understood by most people. But today, I really want to talk about for the modern software design methodology. For example, if you want to work on an open source project, how you can collaborate with other people by using Git to manage your code management or version control. So imagine this project now I'm doing is an open source project, and now I've got an issue like probably I'm going to add a new issue very fast. For example, I want another. Let me think. I've got an issue which is build. I want a function which adds 1 to a number and returns the result. So this is a requirement or a feature that is got required in our issue in this repository. And this is just a ticket and no one got assigned. But today I'm gonna assign this to myself, and I'm gonna use this issue to demonstrate the entire workflow, how to collaborate the most efficiently using Git on an open source project. So I'm gonna assign this ticket to myself, and I specify this is a good first issue, and help wanted, and submit this issue. That's it. And imagine that now I'm a contributor. I saw this issue that I want to contribute to this ticket. So first I can actually I got assigned this task. At first I go back to my root of this project. So root is where the Git sits in. First I'm going to teach about the checkout. So checkout is like So as I said before, we are actually on the master branch, which is a main branch, but this is a feature that you are gonna add into your project, and you are gonna push this code. Probably this code is gonna be dangerous. You need someone to view it or review it. So what I'm gonna do that, at first I'm gonna put this code on a separate branch, and this separate branch, and in the future we are gonna push this separate branch to the cloud. And some people in the future are gonna review this branch, this separate branch, and if they are happy with this branch, they're gonna merge this branch into the master branch, which is a main branch in the future, potentially will be put into the production. So I'm gonna check out. So this is a command to check out, and hyphen B, specify your branch name. And so the convention, I think there's a good convention to check out branches. You specify which ticket number this is. So this ticket number is actually the first one. So the first ticket, you can specify one, and which type of this ticket or this feature you are gonna add. So probably it's gonna be build. And that's it. It's very easy. So now you are actually switched to a new branch from the master branch, from the main branch to a new branch, which is first build. And now we are gonna do some coding, which is very exciting. We make another Python file. Add one. So just make some function. And I'm a tab guy. That's it. And we return this, and we add one to this number as described by this ticket, and we return the sum of this number and 1. That's pretty easy, and we save this file. And as we used it before, we are gonna add this git test. No, not test. It's gonna be a new file, which is add1. And we can do git commit. This is gonna be, so we have got another convention for commit message. So first it's gonna be a token. You specify which type of this feature it's gonna be. So for example, this one is a build. And going to add some words about the change you just did. Take function. That's and comma, and specify the hashtag of this number. So the reason I did this is actually once you push this commit message into the GitHub cloud, if you do the hashtag, this will be automatically detected by the GitHub and link back to the ticket number, so you can very easily got redirected back to the issue. Here we go, and we git push. So we push center, but this time we are not going to push to the master branch because now we are on a separate branch, which is first build. So we are gonna. So after this command, we are supposed to have 2 branches in our cloud. So it's going to be one first build. Cool, and we have a look. We refresh this page, and you can see we have got 2 branch, and the master branch is the stuff I just mentioned, which is about the main branch, but the first build is the new branch, the feature we just added and we pushed. Okay, now we compare and make a pull request, and we create pull request. Of course, because this is just a demo repository, I'm not only the contributor, I'm also the reviewer. And I have look of the codes and to say the file changes. And okay, this function looks good to me. I think it's not gonna work because there's a indentation error. But it's okay, this is not Python tutorial, it's about Git. And we just merge this. confirm merge. Here we go. And now merge is actually from your branch, goes to the main branch, which is master branch. And now if we go back to the master branch, you can see that we have got 3 commits. And so the first commit we made on the master branch, and the second commit is we made from this separate branch, which is first build, and we merge this into the master branch. This is our merge operation will be another new commit. So now we have got 3 commits in total. And so that's pretty much okay. And I'd like to mention, if you go to the commit message and you go to this guy, you can see that I added a hashtag as, so if you specified a hashtag plus the issue number, and in the future it's very easy for you to have a look of the commit message, and you click this will be turned into a link, and you can go back to redirect it to the issue, and you can have a look of this, which is very handy. So it's a very good feature made by GitHub. Well done. And I think that's pretty much the first tutorial about using Git, a very basic Git operations, but thank you so much for listening. And in the future, I'm happy to share more operations about Git from very beginning to the advanced or cutting edge Git operations. Thank you so much.